right, Dolphin fans, got the Cowboys. Now, normally I go over my thoughts, my ideas, who's in, who's out, and all of that. Today, I don't care if half the offensive line is out. I don't care if we get down to our third or fourth running back. I don't care if X can't play more than 5 plays like he normally can't. None of it. Don't care. I don't want to hear about the play calling. I don't want to hear about drops. I don't want to hear about bubble screens. I don't want to hear about should have ran the ball in the red zone. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear funny quips from McDaniel. I don't want to hear any of it. What I want to hear at the end of this game is the Dolphins win, and if they win next week, we clinch the top seed in the AFC. That's it. That's the prize. We've gotten ourselves into this position, regardless of how it happened, who we've beaten, who we lost. None of it matters. None of it matters. We don't even have to win all 3. Pretty sure I'm correct there. We don't even have to win all 3. Could be wrong there. Could be wrong. The point is, I'm thinking of Kansas City. Can Kansas City catch us if we win the first 2 and then lose the next one? Not sure. They have the tiebreaker, so we'll have to see how that goes. The point is, win this game and shut that damn narrative down that we can't beat good teams. We already know we can give up big leads to bad teams. This is at home. There's no excuses. I'm crabby as hell because we haven't seen the sun in 3 days. It's Christmas Eve. I don't want to do this. I want to be eating potato pie. Not to recap. I mean the losing. I don't want to do that part. All right. I don't want to have to rant. I don't want to have to bitch. I don't want to have to complain. I don't even want to have to complain about not wanting to complain. Win this game, Dolphins. All right. So 13-7 Dolphins at the half. Now I'm just going to get this part out of the way. I was screaming bloody murder when they called Wilkins for that bullshit roughing the passer call, and I do not agree with the Micah Parsons roughing the passer call either. Both of those calls, what the hell are the defenders supposed to do? They can't even play the game at this point. The defensive linemen just can't even play the game. Both of those calls are just normal football plays. That's my opinion. Now, we played a good half of football. Now, what you witnessed in this game was a couple of things. Number one, Mike, take the points. Take the points, brother. Now we had first and goal at the 5. You get nothing, you get nothing, you get nothing. You had 3 plays. You take the points. All right? It's a tight, close game. You take the points. He doesn't. And if you're not going to take the points, Mike, a 4th down fade to Wilson, no less, okay? Never had a chance. He's never open. It's a one-option play where Tua just stares down the receiver the whole time and lobs it. There's nothing else going on in the play. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I don't know why that play, that option is even in the playbook at that time. You should take the field goal. But another thing that we witnessed was Cowboys get the ball first, and they had an 8.5 minute drive, 16 plays, 17 plays, and Elliott and I think it was Sealer, they save a touchdown by making a tackle at the foot line, right? I mean, he barely doesn't get in. They make the tackle. It's 1st and goal, and what happens? Cowboys fumble the exchange. Dolphins get the ball back, and we end up driving down and getting a Jason Sanders 57-yard field goal. Now, I'm not going to praise him too much in the middle of the game, because if you watch my hockey videos, praising the kicker in the game is kind of like praising the goaltender in the game. What I'll say is we have a 13-7 lead. We get the ball to start the second half. Waddle got poked in the eye. He came back. Chosen concussion. He's out. Mostert hurt his leg, knee/leg/ whatever. He came back in, but Achan and Wilson have been doing most of the actual running. And Tyreek was on the he's been on and off the field. He made one catch. He's looked a little kind of maybe gimpy-ish, and he's clearly not 100%, but he's out there. I will give McDaniel credit. Last thing I'll say, I think Smythe had at least 3 catches in that half. He might have had 4. Mike McDaniel has discovered the tight end. The tight end over the middle on this last drive that got to the touchdown. There was at least 2 receptions by Smythe. Mike McDaniel, congratulations. You have graduated to the next level of being a head coach. You've recognized that there are actually 11 guys on the offense. That said, Dolphins, oh boy, if you could get a touchdown to open up this second half, come on, guys. The game is in the same place as the top seed in the AFC. It's right in your hand. All right. Yes. Yeah. Oh. That one feels good. That one absolutely feels good. That had all of it. Everything that we needed to see from this team. And I know that the defense gave up the lead late. I understand that. Dude, they left it all out on the field. 17-play drive. All right? I mean, we had the penalty on the 4th down. Chubb is still out there sacking people on like the 14th, 15th, 16th play to drive, whatever it was. The offense just was not able to put it together at all in the second half, except for field goal drives. But Jason M&F Sanders. Jason Sanders. I mean, talk about a guy who has been much maligned. Talk about a guy who Dolphin fans, almost said Panther fans, who Dolphin fans have just not been pleased with at all. Dude gets his career-high 57-yarder. He hit 3 over 50. He hits the game winner. And when we got the ball left, texting with my brother, he's like, man, he wants a touchdown. I'm like, no, bleed the clock, make them use their timeouts, kick that game-winning field goal as time is expiring. And we had to have two big third downs that we had to convert. Jeff Wilson Jr. was actually the main guy out there. They didn't have Mostert out there. They didn't have a Chon out there. I wonder if that has something to do with ball security. Doesn't matter. Actually, it was a third one. I think the first one was to throw to Tyreek. Point being is that's the other thing we needed to see. When the chips are down, I mean, may as well be a playoff game. No difference. I mean, yes, we go on and play, but in terms of the opponent, in terms of the stakes, it's playoff game. And you got to know that when you give Tua the ball with 3 minutes left, he can go down there and win you a game, right? Even if it's not just him throwing the ball, it was a total team collective effort. And we actually, Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. We get the win. We have clinched a playoff spot. Got to love it, man. Everybody did what they needed to do. It looked a little sketchy there for a minute. McDaniel. Now, we've been teaching you what to do here in the red zone by running the ball. Well, I understand that you ran the ball the first 2 plays of that one drive where we didn't get any points. But when you get nothing on first, nothing on second, nothing on third, and you're in goal, it's like at the 6, at the 5, you take the points. All right? But it worked out however it needed to work out. And Cowboy fans are obviously disappointed. I'm sure that they thought, with the way that the way that the Dolphins' offense looked in the second half, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys had confidence in their defense that they would stop us. But give McDaniel credit, man. He ran the ball when we needed to run the ball, and everything just laid out, and they get the win. So we hit 10-4. We have clinched the playoff spot. Now, I know before the game I was thinking about being able to clinch the top seed by beating the Ravens, but that's not necessarily the case because I do believe that the Chiefs, if they win out and we lose a game to Buffalo at the end of the season, I think that could actually put the Chiefs back at the top seed. So we need to win our games. That's all that matters. Forget about what everybody else does. Ravens, Bills, You win the games, we're the top seed, and we get a bye. And boy, oh boy, do we need a bye because Jalen Waddle hurt his shin. He never came back. Mostert was gimpy and iffy. Okay, he was out there a couple of times, but he's banged up. Tyreek looked at about 80-85%. He didn't look completely like himself. That's okay. But if we can somehow find ways like we did today, Jeff Wilson Jr. as an example. It's the fourth quarter. Okay? And also I would not be against giving Chris Brooks some carries at some point here. He's back and active. But if we can find our way to win these two games, then we will get a bye in home field in the playoffs. And I've been saying it all year long. There's no calculable way, that's not a word, there's no way to explain the importance and the difference between getting that bye week and having to have teams come to Miami than the difference between that and having to go to Baltimore or, God forbid, Buffalo or something like that. You cannot quantify the difference there. It's just absolutely, completely different results with those two scenarios. So let's just take a rest, take a breath. It's a big game. It's a big game, New Year's Eve. Okay? It's 1 o'clock, but it's still New Year's Eve. We got Christmas Eve victory. If we can somehow pull it off against the Ravens, the defense is going to need to be tight, though. Okay? Defense is going to need to be tight. They were good, except for the first couple drives and the last drive. And the last drive, it wasn't like they were bad. It was just you couldn't get off field. They just couldn't get off the field. Elliott got called for the pass interference. I hate to call him the weak link because he made the play that saved the touchdown on the original drive. So he ain't Rashad Jones, but he's out there. He's the guy. So we have to deal with what we have to deal with there. All right. Short and sweet. Oh, man. Kyle and I were just ecstatic. Everybody in the chat just having a great time. And we're in the playoffs. We have clinched a playoff spot. So now, excuse me, now it's just a matter of, I don't even want to think about the ifs. Just win. Dolphins, now we no longer have to do the win and get in. Now, you win and stay home. Win and stay home, Dolphins. All right. Absolutely beautiful. Merry Christmas.